Heat versus Knicks. Rivalry renewed. Dave, y'all play tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Game one in New York City at
Hmm.
Madison Square Garden.
Hmm.
The Mecca of basketball. That's what they call it.
Yep, it's the Mecca.
So talk to me. Who's gonna win the series?
Heat in six.
Six.
Miami in six. I know I already made a video about that Buck series, but I want to talk about how efficient we were in that series. Our efficiency against the Bucks was the best in the league. From how just from not just from the playoffs, but even from the regular season. So for mid range, we shot basically 50% from mid range,
Mm-hmm.
and from 3 point, we shot 45% from three. That was 4 percent better than league average for mid range, and almost 7% better in 3 points.
Mm.
Not only that, Jimmy Butler versus the Bucks averaged 37.6, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, basically 2 steals, and 67% true shooting. In the regular season, he wasn't even close to that. He was only averaging. He was his regular season. He was 35% from three, which is okayish,
Mm-hmm.
and he only attempted about two a game. In the playoffs, he's shooting 44% from three and averaging about five threes a game. Our regular season was terrible. Like I said, we shot 34% as a team from three, fourth lowest in the NBA. So that's just like crazy. No one figured we was going to do this well. But the person that's leading us in 3 point percentage right now is Duncan Robinson. He's shooting 73% from three right now. Our offense woke up. Our defense was already there, but our offense is what woke up. And we did everything that we needed to do to break them down in that series because we just did. Our ball handling was good. We made sure that we put a Bam at the point, which forced Brook Lopez to have to play up, which left the paint open, so that he was able to get some passes down low to Jimmy to have easy buckets. And then when the same thing that you said about the Kings about drive and shoot, we did the same exact thing. It was drive and shoot. Give the ball to Jimmy, have him drive the ball. Other people will get open. Kevin Love had two really good games in this series, and he had some key buckets in that last game. So I feel like we're gonna win the series in six because I mean the Milwaukee Bucks are better than the Knicks. They were the number one team, and we got them up out of there. Now the Knicks, I feel like, are a better overall offensive team because of Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and they have some hustlers out there as well with Josh Hart. I like Josh Hart. I like Jalen Brunson. So I feel like this is a good matchup. But I just feel like no one's gonna be able to stop Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. Now it's funny because my man Darren he took the words in my mouth. Some of what you're saying is a matchup. Y'all is a matchup problem for Milwaukee. And the biggest matchup between y'all and Milwaukee is Eric Spo and Budenholzer. Tom Thibodeau is not Budenholzer. So any type like y'all offense, like I can't look at that series and say this is gonna translate to this series. Y'all are not gonna shoot as well against the Knicks like I did against the Bucks. Part of the reason why y'all shot so well is because Butler wasn't getting double. He was cooking Drew Holiday 1-on-1. And Thibodeau is not gonna let that happen. After saying all that, I'm going with Miami. I didn't want to do it, David, especially when you was like, I'm going with the Kings. I was like, how can the Knicks win? I was like, Knicks could win, but I gotta pick Miami. I'm sorry. I gotta pick Miami. I'm sorry. This is why. First of all, Randall was hurt right now. Let's start there. He has an injury, an ankle injury. And he already hasn't been playing well in the playoffs. I can't trust Julius Randle. He got to prove me otherwise. I know people say it's a bad matchup against the Cavs. Was it a bad matchup against the Hawks too when he looked terrible too? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a trend going on. Sorry. Can't trust him. Then Gabe Vincent, he's a good defender. He's an underrated defender that nobody really talks about. And he's not going to shut down Brunson, but he'll do a better job with Brunson than Cleveland did.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you that. And Brunson didn't even have a great series. It was probably for his standards. He had 24 points. Probably for his standards, a good series. But he didn't shoot well. He didn't shoot well either in that series. So I think Gabe Vincent is going to do a better job on Jalen Brunson than the Cavs did. Then, like I said, Thibodeau will have his boys ready. This will be a way tougher series for y'all than the Milwaukee series. Sad to say, because Milwaukee's number one seed because they crashed the boards. Josh Hart is a hustler. You got Mitchell Robinson. He's gonna be on the glass like crazy. But y'all got Eric Spoelstra, man. In a 7-game series, the coach stands out. It really does. It stands out. The only way I see Miami winning is they gotta play a team that's overwhelmingly good, like 76ers or Boston Celtics. I don't see them losing to the Knicks. I just don't. If the game is close, any game that's close, I'm going with the Miami Heat. I'm going with Miami Heat. They got the best player on the floor, Jimmy Butler. He's the best player on the floor. And in crunch time, he's proven all year that he's one of the best clutch players. Him,
Yep.
DeFox, and DeMar DeRozan.
He was second in voting.
Yeah. So I think that it's gonna be a hard-nosed, tough series. And what worked into the Knicks' advantage against Cleveland was Cleveland is not a great three-point shooting team. They got most of the times on the court, they got 3 non-shooters on the court. Right, and I agree with J-Mo. Tyler Hero will be missing series, but like I said, Julius Randle is nicked up. So I'm gonna pick Miami Heat in 7. I think it's gonna be an even series, but just the veteranship, Eric Spoelstra, Jimmy Butler, in Game 7 will rise to the occasion and win that hard-nosed game. So I think it's gonna be a way more entertaining series than the Knicks and Cavs series. And I think it's gonna go down to the wire, and I got the Miami Heat winning. They didn't want to pick y'all, but I just got to feel the Miami gonna win, man.
I also feel like we just have that momentum right now, and then we have some defense on there. Yeah, it may seem like we got some mismatch, but everybody on that team is gonna play defense. Caleb Martin is gonna play some key defense. Strus is gonna play some good defense. Kyle Lowry may flop a few times, but he's gonna play some good defense. And just like you said with Gabe Vincent, I just feel like this is a great matchup for both teams. I think this is a good matchup for both teams. I think it's going to be a tough matchup, and it's not going to be. I think it's going to be a hard fought. I don't think it's going to be easy winning 6, but I feel like we're just going to be able to close around 6.
Well, yeah, be careful. They got Man Quickly is nice off the bench. He's a scoring machine off the bench.
Yeah.
We already talked Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart. We'll talk about him.
Got
Obi Toppin come off the bench.
RJ Barrett is playing well, so they got.
He played in New York. He plays well.
They got mismatch, but
and they got the home court advantage.
I feel like that's why I feel like it's going to be not the same as Milwaukee, but I feel like Milwaukee had a mismatch as well. They had bigs. We didn't have any bigs.
Milwaukee got our coach, man. It's not talking about Milwaukee.
I'm just saying.
They got our
looking
coach.
at the matchups and everything too.
Thibodeau is different. Nah, Thibodeau.
He is. I respect Tibbs as a coach. I respect Tibbs. Tibbs has always brought out good teams that's going to play hard defense. He did that.
Hard defense.
He did that. He did that with the Bulls. He did that with the Timberwolves. So I know what he brings out there as a coach. So I respect him. I respect the Knicks. I don't hate the Knicks, but this is a rivalry. This is an 80s, 90s rivalry. So let's see what happens. Last time we played them in the playoffs, we put them out there, but that was a while ago.
All right. 1 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern time. I'll be tuned in.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.